Galveston Island's historic Pleasure Pier. Home to the Houston area's largest steel roller coaster in Iron Shark. A collection of enjoyable flat rides and great views of the Gulf of Mexico, Galveston Island's historic Pleasure Pier is built to be an ideal family stop while visiting Galveston. But from a thrills perspective, is Pleasure Pier worth a stop for coaster enthusiasts or that bored Houstonian looking for a nearby amusement park? Find out in this review. Galveston was, at one time, the largest city in the Houston area, but as Houston grew into a massive city in the 20th century, it has been relegated to satellite city status. But it is still the premium beach destination for Houstonians, as most will go here when they go to the beach. It is a bit of a drive though. Whether I've driven from North Houston or Sugar Land, I've really felt this drive. Considering that I'm going to a local park, I'm sad it always seems to be an hour and a half drive, plus traffic. Once you get to I-45 though, it is a relatively straight shot to Galveston, but that still doesn't help make it feel any shorter. Once you arrive, you'll need to find parking. On my first visit, the streets were closed for Mardi Gras, so I had to park alongside a street and just walk and hope for the best. There is a paid lot next to Fishtails, but there is also free parking a little ways down the street. To the left if you're facing straight at the pier. And it is about a 15-minute walk along the beach if you choose to park there for free. Landry's opened their first amusement park in 1998 as a collection of various restaurants in Landry's chain at the Kima Boardwalk. This offered some amusement rides to help entice diners while having a lot of restaurants to choose from. Then, in 2003, Landry's opened the Downtown Aquarium as its flagship property to promote its brand in the Houston area. After its success, Landry's decided to add to their Kima location with the third largest wooden roller coaster in Texas, which was very welcomed by Houstonians, as after Six Flags Astroworld closed in 2005, the Houston area was left with only 2 operating coasters. In 2012, Landry's opened a third property in Galveston, on the site of the original Pleasure Pier that stopped operating in 1961. Landry's resurrected this site with a similar style pier attractions. As for restaurants, the only Landry's restaurant on site is Bubblegum Shrimp, though Fishtails, a true staple for Galveston, is located right across the street. The Pleasure Pier's price is reasonable, considering the offerings, with an all-day wristband costing $30 plus tax. The 40 shark theaters across the street are not included, and these are $8 a piece or $14 for both shows. Everyone, though, must purchase a pass to go on the pier, though if you're not riding, you can buy a $12 walk-on pass. Many reviews online complain about this, but most amusement parks require everyone to buy a full-price ticket, and most piers, for that matter, will require you to pay something to walk on them. So this seems fair and reasonable as long as you know this ahead of time. If you just want to see the ocean for free, you can always just walk along the beach next to the pier. Pleasure Pier has a nice collection of rides. Kiddie rides, which adults can ride free of restrictions, include Big Wheelin', Frog Hopper, and Little Captain's Wheel. They also have the Texas Teacups in this area. The Pier Pile-Up Bumper Cars has a little area just for young kids, and a large section for everyone. Steering on this was difficult, and the lap bar dug into me, so it wasn't the best bumper cars out there. The carousel at the front is a nice way to greet guests, and they were not a jerk about making sure my seatbelt was on as other Landry properties have been in the past. Tucked up at the front of the park, you also have Golf Glider, which gives nice views of the beach while offering a simple but different take on a spinning ride. Rock and Roll was one of my least favorite rides, as this spinning ride got me really dizzy. How it spins forwards and backwards, though I might have just had a bad experience on it. Moving further into the park, you'll see another nice collection of rides. Revolution has been down for maintenance for what seems like years now, so this will likely continue to be closed for a while, though it is not currently listed as closed on their website. Pirate's Plunge is a nice log flume with 2 drops that will get you absolutely soaked. It also has a slow-moving line, so you might want to prioritize it on a hot day if you don't want to stand around and wait. Cyclone runs a good cycle for Larson Loop with nice hang time that is plussed by the views of the water. Sea Dragon is my favorite swinging ship, as it gives nice airtime without strong positive Gs. If you sit on the very end on the side facing the water, you'll look down on the Gulf water, which is a great visual. Sky Shooter is a simple spinning ride that offers surprisingly strong forces given how it looks. This might be a bit redundant, but is enjoyable nonetheless. Galaxy Wheel is a nice Ferris wheel with great views of the water, as it is on the very end of the pier. It does ban single riders, so you will have to have 2 or more people to ride it. Texas Starflyer has great views of the water while offering solid thrills for this type of ride. Even riding bigger versions of Starflyers like Supergirl at Fiesta Texas wasn't nearly as scary as staring down into the water on Texas Starflyer. Lastly, the star attraction is Iron Shark. This coaster looks intimidating with its beyond vertical drop, and its layout promises a mixture of turns and quasi-inversions. Although wild with little airtime and memorable forces throughout the layout, I am left wanting more from this coaster, though it offers an enjoyable experience for what it is. Landry's is normally strong on operations. They seem to have every ride open as much as they can. I've experienced many closures here though due to maintenance, particularly Galaxy Wheel and Revolution. Sky Shooter has also briefly closed on both my visits, but then quickly reopened. If a ride like Iron Shark is planning a prolonged closure, normally in the off-season, this should nicely be posted on the website. When I arrived at Rope Drop on a summer weekday, Iron Shark did open about 45 minutes after the park, so getting here right at opening is likely not necessary if you only care about the coaster. Iron Shark also did have a minimum rider requirement of 5 riders on my most recent visit. This wasn't too hard to meet even on a slower day, and on a busier day this coaster will easily have a 10 to 30 minute wait, especially since Iron Shark looks to always be running one train nowadays. Landry's is also strict about glasses. I've been checked that I have a strap on almost every single ride at this park, including mild flat rides and kiddie rides. So I suggest bringing a strap for anyone wearing glasses, unless you want to take them off for every single ride, or simply wearing contacts to this park if you can. Some rides, depending on the operators, still will not allow glasses even with a strap, as I've been told I had to remove them on Pirate's Plunge and Frog Hopper. Given my experience at the Kima Boardwalk, this seems to be operator dependent, as Landry's will get the operator of a ride in trouble if a guest loses their glasses on the ride. And some operators are not willing to risk allowing people to wear glasses on their ride. Overall, how good is Pleasure Pier? This park has a solid collection of flat rides with a strong Starflyer and swinging ship, as well as the nice charm that Landry's is able to place around their rides. Iron Shark is a solid and intriguing coaster, even if it isn't one of the better coasters in Texas. It works well as a standalone coaster at this park. With a beautiful setting along the beach, Pleasure Pier does well in my rankings of parks in Texas. Some ride closures, driving distance, and frustration over Landry's glasses policy does hold it back a little bit, but I rank it right above the Kima Boardwalk, as Pleasure Pier just simply has better flat rides and a more enjoyable coaster to marathon. I place it right below Prairie Playland, which in many ways is a lesser park than Pleasure Pier. but their friendliness and quickness of operations blew me away. So I went in and gave it a slight edge. Heading here just for the coaster might be a bit much, but if you're otherwise in the area or visiting Galveston, this should be an enjoyable addition to your trip. What's your favorite ride on the Pleasure Pier? Do you enjoy the ocean views as much as I do? Let me know. And as always, Cup Kun Krap.